Hi guys, welcome back to another cooking video, and today we are trying to make a Texas toast garlic bread double. For that you need parsley, onion, buttermilk, olive oil, butter, garlic, your favorite hot chili sauces, and you need 2 types of cheese and a toast. Well, you need 2 toasts actually. And we are going to get started here because we need an onion and we have to peel it. So we're going to start with the onion here. So once the onion is peeled, I'll be back. So we have our peeled onion here. And now what you want to do is you want to cut that onion in slices. So you want to cut it down this way here. You don't want to cut them too thin either, because we are going to be using these onion slices later on to put on our burger. So you want the onion rings. Now this is going to be a 2-part video because I don't think I'm going to get this done in time. I have an hour to do this. So part 2 is going to be up probably sometime tomorrow. So I'm just going to get things ready here and we are going to cook that dish tomorrow. Now you want onion rings for this dish here. I'm going to cut maybe a couple more here. Now I've seen this dish over on the internet somewhere, so I thought I might try that dish out. And that should be enough onion rings. I'm going to get these onion rings apart here. Now you don't want to break them up. Like crack them or break them, you just want to get them apart. Alright, you want to keep this part of the onion here and wrap it up in foil. And we are then going to start to cut the garlic. So these are our onion rings already prepped here for tomorrow. And now I'm going to prep some garlic and I'm going to be prepping the hot chili sauces. So now here we have the garlic here. I'm gonna take out the garlic cloves here, and I think I might need 5 of these garlic cloves. It depends how big they are. I'm gonna take this apart and then we'll be back. So here we have our garlic cloves here. I'm gonna peel some of these guys here and then I'm gonna cut them up and make garlic butter, because that is what we need for tomorrow as well. So I'll be cutting up probably half of these guys, 50-50, I don't know yet, and we will see. So I'm going to cut those guys up, or not cut them but peel them first. Alright guys, we have here our garlic. Now we're going to chop it up with our trusty knife here, with my cooking knife. And when that's all chopped up here, I don't have to show you how to chop garlic, so we'll be back. So here we have our chopped garlic here. That is what you need to make garlic butter. So I'm gonna grab a bowl here. We're gonna put the garlic in there, and then we're gonna start cutting some parsley, because I'm gonna be adding in parsley to my garlic butter. So put the garlic in here. There's our garlic, and now I'm going to start and chop some parsley. So here we have the parsley. I'm going to chop that up here, and then I'll be adding the parsley here to my garlic. Then we're going to make some garlic butter. So here's our chopped parsley here. But first I'm gonna put in some butter, some salt and some pepper. So here's the butter, and we're going to be using probably less than half of this. So what you want to do is you want to open up the butter here. Take maybe that much. We're going to take that much. Put it in with the garlic. Then we are going to mash up the butter. Add salt and pepper, and we're going to add our parsley as well. So, something to mash that butter up with. So I'll be back when the butter is all mashed up, and then we are going to add in the rest of our ingredients. So I'm mashing up the butter right now with a fork. Because that is what you want to do. You want to mash that butter up really good to get all the garlic in there. And you want to use a tool to wrap it around the fork while you're working with it, because it can get very sore on your hands, the fork. That's what I'm doing, using a towel here to protect your hands when you're working with it. Of course, when you're mashing up the butter gets lighter every time. Or not lighter, but it gets softer. Then you can stop using a towel. Alright, let's add some pepper here. I got some white pepper. I'm gonna put some pepper over it. Pepper, I hope you can see that, what I'm doing. Pepper, and a little bit of salt. Now you want to be very careful with the salt. You don't want to add in too much either, otherwise you just have a salty garlic butter, and that is not what you want. So we are gonna add in the chopped parsley here. We're gonna grab the board and we're gonna strip it down like that. Alright, we're gonna put the board over here. Then we're gonna grab the fork again. Clean up a little bit. And we're gonna mash the butter some more, and we're going to mash in the garlic the parsley into the garlic butter, just like that. Now the parsley will add in that extra taste into the garlic butter. That is what you want. Now we're going to be using that garlic butter to spread on our toast later on. I will show you guys how that works. And we're going to toast the wet bread slice in our pan of olive oil that I have here beside me. But that's not going to happen till tomorrow. I'm just, like I said, I'm just preparing my stuff here to get it ready for cooking that dish. And I think I can stop using the towel here now, because the butter is soft enough. Alright, let's get the rest of that butter off of the fork here. Alright, we are done. And that is what our garlic butter looks like. Easy to make here, the garlic butter. Awesome. Alright. Now I might be able to prep those onions here, those onion rings. All I need for that is some buttermilk and flour. So let's try getting that ready. So I'm going to put a bit of buttermilk here into that bowl over here, because that is what we need to dredge the onion rings. So just enough to dredge the onion rings here. So let's put the rest of this back in the fridge. So let's put the onion rings in there to dredge them. And you want a fork to work with. So my onion rings are in the buttermilk. Now this helps the flour that we are going to put in here helps stick onto the onion rings. So some flour is what we need. Alright, the flour in here. Now the flour is going to help the onions to get nice and brown when you fry them in the oil there. That is what the flour is for. Alright, let's get these all nice and dredged. We're going to put them in the flour here, and then we are going to put them into this bowl here that I have placed over there. I'm going to dry it up a little bit. Alright. I'm going to use my hands here for this. And roll them around in the flour here. And then I'm going to put them in the bowl, and once I get this metal bowl all cleaned out, I'm going to put them back in here. So here are our onion rings, all covered in flour. That is what you want. You want to get those onion rings nice and crispy. Okay, there's nothing more in there, so we can throw that away. You don't want to eat the rest of that buttermilk that you have used for your onions, because that's no good. Alright, let's put the bowl up here and get the rest of those onions here dredged in the flour. And you don't want to get those onion rings stuck together. And try having them separated out. Like that. And we are going to try and shake some of the flour right off of there. Check if you don't have any more onions in your flour. Alright, I'll be back. So we are back in business here. It's going to dry up this metal bowl here because that is where the onions are going to go back in. Then we're going to put the onions into the fridge here. Onions here. We're going to try and use this guy here to get the flour off the onions. The excess flour, you don't want to have too much flour on here. Just enough flour here when we are going to be frying the onions that they will get nice and crispy. Alright, we are done. Put the rest of that away, and looks like we are done, guys. I have nothing more to prepare for tomorrow. And that is what my onions look like when I have the excess flour all shaken off. And that is what you want when you want to fry onions. You want to get them crispy and nice and brown as well. So this is the end of part 1. I hope you have liked this video. Let me know what you think of part 1. And we are going to be doing part 2 tomorrow. So have a nice night, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye, and thanks for watching.